Hi, I'm Bruce Levitt from the law firm of Levitt and Slavkus in Maplewood, New Jersey. Uh, like many of you, I'm working from home, but even though I'm home, I'm working, I'm still taking phone calls from clients and potential clients. And many of the phone calls that I've been receiving have to do with mortgage relief options during the pandemic. There are many mortgage relief options out there, and people are trying to navigate what's going on. So what I'm trying to do today is explain the 5 most frequently asked questions that I've been receiving from clients. The first question is, well, what mortgage relief options are available? Absolutely a good question. There are many. In fact, most lenders, most that I know of, in fact, all that I know of, are offering some type of mortgage assistance. The type of assistance that you receive really comes down to the type of loan that you have. There are government-backed loans. Those are loans that are backed by Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, VA. And then there's non-government-backed, which are privately held loans. Very often they're in trusts or held by hedge funds. And what type of relief you receive really comes down to who your lender is. These government-backed programs are required under the CARES Act, which was recently passed by Congress, to give mortgage relief. And that mortgage relief ranges anywhere from 90 days of forbearance for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to up to 180 days, which is extendable for FHA. And during those time periods, no mortgage payments need to be made. So the second question I've been receiving is, well, how do I know who owns my loan? What kind of program can I get? Well, the simple answer to that question is call the company that sends you the mortgage bill. It's called your loan servicer. The loan servicer, if you can get through, will be able to tell you what programs you qualify for. Problem is, these days, many people are calling their loan servicers and they can't get through. A couple of things that I can tell you is take a look at both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have websites. Go to their websites, you put in your address, you put in your social security number, and those websites will tell you whether or not your own loan is owned by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. FHA, it's not so easy, but if you remember when you were closed, if you only put down 3%, or if you're paying private mortgage insurance for an extended period of time, there's a chance that that's an FHA loan. But again, if you can't figure it out, you're going to have to wait on hold, and eventually you'll have to find out from your mortgage servicer who owns your loan and what programs you qualify for. The next question then that I've been receiving is, well, what do I have to do? Do I have to apply? Absolutely. You must go through your loan servicer, apply for whatever relief is available. You should go to their websites. Most of the websites that I've been looking at have fairly extensive information on not only what programs are available, but the application process. If you don't see an application, if you can't get through, send an email, send a letter, put something in writing that says that you're affected by the pandemic, that you cannot afford to make your mortgage payments, and you need mortgage relief. If you don't apply, don't assume that you're going to be put into a mortgage relief program. Now, some of the lenders, actually saw yesterday, Wells Fargo has been sending out letters to many of its clients advising them that there are programs available. But don't wait to hear from your lender. Reach out to the lender. Next question is, I mentioned before forbearance. There are really 2 types of relief options that people are receiving. It's either forbearance or a deferment. Forbearance is just putting your loan on hold, meaning if they give you a 4-month or 3-month forbearance, you're not paying during that period of time. They're not going to charge you late charges. They're not going to report it negatively to the credit bureaus. But after the 3 months or whatever the period is of the forbearance, you are going to owe the money. And then you have to come up with the money. A deferment, on the other hand, is where they take the payments that you're not making now and put them on the back end of the mortgage. Of course, as between deferment and forbearance, deferment is much better, but you don't have the option. It's up to the lender. So find out whether or not it's a forbearance or a deferment. So then the last question that I'm getting is, well, let's say it's a forbearance. What do I do after the 90 days are over, the 180 days, whenever the forbearance period ends? Well, as I said before, you owe the money. So the question is, how are you going to repay it? Each of the lenders are supposed to be reaching out to let you know what your options are. That hasn't happened yet, but there's guidance coming down from the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau that's telling the lenders that they have to start reaching out to their borrowers to let them know what options will be available at the end of the forbearance period. Are they going to give you a loan modification? Are they going to give you a period of time to get caught up? Are they going to offer some type of deferment? Those are the issues that have to be focused on. There'll be many people at the end of the 90 days or whatever the period of forbearance is where the lenders will come back and say, well, you owe the money and we're not going to do anything for you. There are still options. Chapter 13 of the Bankruptcy Code will allow people to repay those missed months of mortgage payments. So there are options out there. So it's important to be thinking, though, even if you're not making your mortgage payment now, what's going to happen when the forbearance ends? So these are only 5 of the questions that I've been getting regarding mortgage relief. If anyone has questions, feel free to call our office at 973-313-1200 or email me at blevitt@lsbankruptcylaw.com. I'll be very happy to answer your questions.